Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly in your living room, surrounded by the silence that used to be filled with laughter, phone calls, and familiar voices? Do you sometimes wonder where everyone went? And how you're supposed to keep smiling when life feels so quiet? You are not alone, not in your feelings, and not in your journey. Today, we're going to talk about something that touches the hearts of so many seniors: how to truly be happy while living alone after 70, even if you feel like you've lost everyone who once made your life full. So grab a warm cup of tea, sit back, and let's have a gentle, honest conversation about rediscovering joy, peace, and purpose. Because it is possible. And it starts right now. The loneliness no one talks about. You know, there's a certain kind of loneliness that creeps in slowly after 70. It doesn't always come with sadness or tears. It often just feels like stillness. A quiet house. A dinner table with one plate. Holidays that don't feel quite like they used to. For many seniors, this phase brings unexpected grief. Not just grief for people we've lost, but grief for a season of life that feels over. The truth is, the world doesn't prepare us for the kind of loneliness that comes not from being forgotten, but from outliving the ones we loved most. But here's the truth I want you to remember. Loneliness is not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that you had deep love, meaningful memories, and real connection. That's something to honor, not hide. Finding comfort in the small things. When you live alone, happiness isn't something that arrives loudly. It comes in whispers. It might be the sound of birds in the morning, the first sip of warm coffee, a book that makes you smile, the way the sun filters through your curtains. These moments might seem small, but they are everything. Because when the big things fade, it's the little things that help us feel human again. Try starting each day with one tiny ritual that brings you joy. Even brushing your hair slowly or watering a plant becomes a form of self-love. Rediscovering happiness doesn't require grand adventures. It just requires noticing what's already here. Creating new purpose. Living alone doesn't mean living without purpose. Some of the happiest seniors I know are the ones who've made peace with their solitude and used it to do something deeply meaningful. You could write letters to your grandchildren. You could start journaling. You could even begin a small project, like knitting scarves for local shelters or recording your life stories. Purpose doesn't have to be productive. It just has to make your heart feel full. You still have wisdom to share, and someone out there needs it. The art of letting go. Part of being happy alone after 70 is learning the sacred art of letting go. Letting go of regrets, of what could have been, of the expectation that things must return to how they were. It's okay to mourn what's lost. But then, gently, let it float away. Healing doesn't always look like joy. Sometimes it looks like deep breath, a gentle nod, and a quiet, "I'm okay now." When we let go of old burdens, we make room for new peace. Finding connection in new ways. Even if many of your old friends have passed or moved away, connection is still possible. It just might look different than before. You might connect with a neighbor through a short chat on the porch, or join a small community group, virtual or local. Even a weekly phone call with someone new can brighten your world. Connection after 70 isn't about quantity. It's about quality. One heartfelt conversation can be more healing than 100 shallow ones. You don't have to be surrounded by a crowd to feel loved. The strength you didn't know you had. Sometimes we forget just how strong we really are. You've survived heartbreak, illness, loss, change. You've watched the world shift and still found reasons to smile. Living alone in your later years isn't weakness, It's courage. Quiet, powerful, beautiful courage. And that strength? It's still with you. Every single day. You are not alone in your experience, and you are never truly forgotten. As we close today's story, I want to leave you with one gentle truth. You are allowed to feel sad sometimes. You are allowed to miss the past, but you are also allowed to find joy, peace, and even laughter, right here in this new chapter. Being happy alone after 70 is not about pretending. It's about choosing. Choosing to notice the light. Choosing to care for yourself. Choosing to live, not just exist. If this story touched you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt stories, just like this one. You are cherished, you are wise, and you are never truly alone. This is Scarlett with Elderly Wellness Stories. Until next time.